villain, the evil force in this wonderful viewer-submitted replay. It is the Red Zerg, Leviathan. And his opponent, the hero of the story, the submitter of the game, a returning champion. It is none other than Mr. Dunk Achino. ZvZ with a 12 pool already on the way. We saw the GLHF come out from Mr. Dunk, Mr. Chino here. ZvZ Diamond level, ZvZ D3. Why is there a drone down here? This is not... Oh, is it a hatch? No, it's a spine. What? It's a proxy spine crawler. Dunk? Dunk. Yeah, there we go. We got it. Dunk just going about the build says, wait a minute. That's not mine. Yeah, unfortunately, just one drone, one spine crawler here. Like, at best, you're just gonna get some chaos. You're just gonna get some chaos while the lings make their way across here. Dunk is doing it fine enough, though. He didn't pull all of the drones. He didn't overreact. And you know the lings are coming. The drones get pulled to the ramp. Are they on hold position? Dunkachino with the drones blocking the way in. He cancels the Natchery, recognizing this is quite a mess. The drone's going to be able to get us around, deal with the lings at the front. Meanwhile, Mr. Leviathan's drone over here was not idle, instead making a proxy hatch. Not your, this is not a ZvZ that you usually get to see, is it? 12 pool is not unreasonable to see, but to see one so committed, to see a 12 pool so committed, Dunk's ling's gonna come out here. They should be able to deal with it well enough. Stop the lings from coming in. 6 workers exactly on the building. That is the correct amount. For those of you who did not know, the number is 6. Oh, and the lings get dinner for their troubles. Very good. The rush is held. The play was about as good as you can hope for. Of course, it stinks having to cancel the I was about to say the Natchery. It actually works. The natural hatchery. It's the Natchery. He had to cancel the Natchery, and you know, that feels bad. You never want to have to do that, but you gotta recognize, my opponent has sacrificed a lot to get this far. Double proxy spine crawler, 2 rounds of 12 pool lings, and the canceled proxy hatch. That was a mess. And behind this, of course, Mr. Leviathan here is so bothered, so scared, so concerned. What do I do now? My 12 pool spine crawler hatchery wombo combo didn't work. I need to make 3 more spines for defense. The drone count down to 14 for our Red Zerg here. He's almost at the same number of drones he started the game with. And we're 4 minutes in. Dunkachino on the other side of the map, rightfully ahead. Bane Nest, Roach Warren on the way. Will he be looking to punish? Will he be looking to try and get some damage done? Will the spine crawlers ever actually root? You making a wall? Full? It's not a full wall, of course, but you could jam a queen up in there. Just one queen. Just one. That's all it takes. They've been eating well. Right there. Is she going? She's going. Yeah. Get right in there. He's even testing it. Always check your walls, right? Like, well, he's Zerg. So he's just gonna make a bunch of lings, right? That's what I would do. We're not all you, Leviathan. You monstrous sunburn. That's the best I'm going with for that name. Oh, dunk your Banes. Well, I guess it's fine actually if they scare your opponent enough. 11 drones on the way. Dunk feeling confident. Feeling good about his economy, his safety. Have you seen? You haven't seen this. Little bit of scouting would be nice. Little bit of intel. Your opponent behind this is going for what we would like to call a 2-base spire. Is actually more like 1 and a 10th base spire for right now. Because there's only 26 drones. It's like 1.5. Maybe. Maybe. Dunk going for roaches, getting the roach tech, roach speed on the way. Still no idea about what's coming. Your lair is done though. He's getting roach speed. My recommendation, you need, if you still have Ovies alive on the other side of the map when your lair's done, I was gonna say get 1 overseer. Now I'm just proud. Now I'm just tearing up. Ah, damn. Didn't think I was gonna cry today. Didn't know I still had feelings. The spire is going to complete. Dunk is going to at least scout it. We hope see it. Is going to scout it. Muta's not yet on the way because we've hit the dreaded 44 supply block and had to make half a dozen Ovies. Yes, of course. Mutas, Mutt-Mutts, triple Evo, triple spine crawler wall. The lings, the roaches going across the map. Army supply slightly in favor of Dunkachino here. The Banes gonna at least wipe the floor with the Zerglings. Now it is all up to these Mutt-Mutts. If Leviathan does not either defeat the army of Dunk or go kill everything that Dunk has with these Mutt-Mutts, it is game over. Does he know this? Does he recognize that there's only 3 Ravagers here? Ooh, that is not enough. The Bane's gonna connect onto the wall, gonna bust the door wide open. But the Queen still lives. That was how many Banes? That was at least a few Banes. The Queen survives. Royalty, monarchy extraordinaire. Mutt-Mutt's gonna start clearing some overlords from the map. Queens pulled to the front line. 3 queens. More queens. How many queens you got? You're up to 7 queens. Very nice. Very good job, my friend. 7 queens. 8 spore crawlers. The spores might be a little bit much. Got 4. 3. 3. Don't know how that got 8, but 10. That makes a bit more sense, but it's fine. It's fine. The queens, I love it. The queen count at 10. Beautiful. Leviathan running out of options, running out of his cheesy flavored Zerg cards here. we went from Proxy. No, actually first it was 12 pool. It was spine crawler. It was hatchery into quick spire into double nidus. Like, what do you even have? An infestation pit. Is that it? There's no roach warren. There's no bane nest. What are you even gonna put in the nidus? Alright. On the other side. I'm sorry. Swarm host? What? You looked at all of the options on the larva. The larva card. You hit hatchery, you hit select larva, and you looked at all those pictures. Those surprisingly high definition, high res pictures for this 2010 game. And you arrived at Swarm Host. That's your decision. Ladies and gents, Nidus, Swarm Host, Muta, ZvZ composition. You heard it here first. How's the queen count? 13 queens. Roaches getting close to 30. Very nice. Very nice. Upgrades. Yeah. Yeah. Upgrades looking slightly blue favored, of course. Niduses, of course, they're social creatures. They do much better when they travel in pairs, packs. It's the buddy system. You never want to go tunneling by yourself because you might have a cave collapse. Dunk hears the Nidus and probably utters a word I cannot say on YouTube because in ZvZ, I think if you hear a Nidus noise, it deserves a bit of a what the word. Let's go with the heck was that? And the Swarm Host Locusts gonna make themselves known here. You're probably thinking, what on earth are we doing here? Now, if you have watched a lot of my videos, you may have heard me talk about this at some point. There's a key component of any game where your opponent is doing something weird. You recognize. Step one is always identification. You want to find out what is the weird shenanigan my opponent is trying to do. Step two is to deal with it. We counter the weird shenanigan. And then step three, as you see here, is to go punch him in the face. Yes, of course. Dunk, successfully identifying, although it was a little reactive, identifying Swarm Host. Huh. Okay. Step 2 was to deal with it, i.e. kill the Nidus, have some forces at home for defense, and now we're on step 3. We're just gonna go punch him in the face. The Swarm Hosts, so thick that they can't even all get out of the double Nidus that wasn't spread out at all. Oh, they're over here. Ooh, files onto the Nidus network. Unfortunately trapped between a Locust and a Broodling here, while the Mutas throw paper airplanes at these roaches, trying to work them down. Leviathan will eventually clean this up. The Mutas will make sure work of that. Is now when we request the balance change. Let Dunk go through the Nidus back to his own base over here. It's freaking chaos. What is this? Nidus Swarm Host. They're just sitting here. They're just looking at the lurker den. Meanwhile, the main base of our red Zerg here is being absolutely destroyed, decimated. The Mutas still throwing their paper airplanes at the roaches here. Mutas do not counter roaches, guys. Mutas barely counter the idea of roaches. It's like fighting ultras with a carrier. Okay. No bueno. Not good. The Swarm Hosts, they're just sitting here. The Hydras, they're just dancing. Not dancing anymore. Alright, well, fine. It'll be that way. The roaches have completely cleaned up the main base. The Muta count somehow got up to 18, which is actually enough Mutas to be a bit scary here. The Roach Ravager army is at last going to be cleaned up to the tune of every building except for 2 extractors and the Nidus worms that are over here. Meanwhile, the Swarm Hosts are still here, just doing their business, looking pretty. What is this? The roaches Some of the roaches make their way home. The queens holding the line against the mutas. 10 mutas versus 6 queens. If you are not betting on the queens, you are not playing Zerg right. The queens utterly shredding the muta count down. Unfortunately, there's no more roaches for Dunk. He's got to try and deal with the swarm hosts. Queens may not be the best choice for this job. Oh, who am I kidding? Look at them. Look at them go. Oh, yeah. Who doesn't want to watch that? The butt-mutts make their way into the main base. There's still just these buildings. Dunk is not trying to kill the buildings. He's trying to deal with the army instead. Swarm Host's going to let loose another wave. The queens desperately try and shuffle their way back to safety. Mutt-Mutt's going to think about joining, instead going for the lings. These are panic lings. Queens, at last, dealing with the mutas. The swarm host count is reduced to only 4, which means Dunkachino should be able to clean all of this up. He goes for the Nidus worms, recognizing my opponent shouldn't have any more buildings. And indeed, it's just 2 worms and 2 extractors now, but the muta's still annoying. There's only 6. 2, 4, 6. They're all right here. Queens popping out now. 9 queens on the map. Can they make their way up here, though? One of them going to be picked off. The rest of the knitting crew shuffles their way up the ramp. Muta's going to be destroyed. Lings made yet again in a panic. And with no GG. Leviathan. Monstrous sunburn that he is. Taps out. Dunkachino weathering the bug-flavored storm that was that game. That was a mess. That was entertaining. That was also a beautiful work of art. If you enjoyed, be sure to let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, as always. I hope you have a great day.